it's also about realizing that the only constant is the change. And we can never just, be satisfied and sit still, because then someone else will drive past us.
You have played handball on an international high level. You have been a team captain, and you have been a handball coach. What do you bring from sort of the sports world into the business world, and what can you apply in terms of leadership? What is the same and what is different, and what can we learn from that?
Yeah, no, I love sports. I'm such a sport junkie, and especially team sports. So to me, being on the business side of things here, I see a lot of commonalities, both in terms of always thinking about it's about the team effort. Of course, you need, as you do in sports, you need really good players on every position. But it's the team together that can win or lose. That's the same here. Like, we need to make sure that we have great Googlers in every position, but go away from working on just the individuals, but to really work as a team and to drive that team culture. I think is really the same. And from a leadership perspective, I think also it's also interesting to see and learn from the sports world in terms of how the best coaches the team, not just point to a direction. It's about making sure that your teams also, by getting some questions or getting some advice, really grows with that. And that is something that we work a lot with here in Google, in really helping our leaders also become good coaches, in asking the right questions, so that every person many times find the answers within themselves, and from that really grows even further. So I think it is really a lot we can learn from the sports world, for sure.
What challenges comes with leadership in growth? How do you lead with a growth mindset?
I think that in this high-paced environment that we are in, I think that you need to work on setting the direction as a leader. Where are we going? And being really clear with everyone on defining what we're here to do. And then for every leader, for their teams, to then define with the individuals, what does that mean for them? But then trust the people in really driving it in the way they find most useful, to not go in and micromanage, but rather really steer the ship. But also in this hyper growth, it's also about realizing that the only constant is the change. And we can never just be satisfied and sit still, because then someone else will drive past us. So I think it's also about building and creating a culture where people feel okay with that consistent change. I am fascinated by the number of times we have made quite big changes here since I started, but people are used to that. And as long as we as leaders show the direction, explain why, and work together, that's okay.